Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to jump on a live and talk to you guys about my 9 step coaching blueprint, where it's a mentorship program I use for coaches or consultants, entrepreneurs. How I break it down into 9 comprehensive steps. So you guys can start generating predictable 10K plus months without all the tech BS and confusion. So I'm just going to quickly go through an overview, and if this is something that interests you, or if you have more questions, maybe just shout out, shoot me a DM, and I'd love to, maybe get on a call with you, or I can always send you more info. You can jump into my group. um yeah, so just starting out, like, goes into 3 phases, 9 steps in total. Man, a lot of people, what they end up doing is they end up jumping the gun and they start like creating content, and start building out a Facebook group where they really don't have an idea of who their target audience is, or whoever their what their exact message is, who's their niche. And then what ends up happening is you just get, lost amongst the crowd. Like, you have to niche down and be very specific and differentiate yourself in a specific way, and obviously genuine way, so that people, your target audience, can actually you be able to answer their questions. So how it breaks down is, first off, phase one is trying to get what the core outcome is. So what is the exact kind of result that you're trying to give to your clients? So for me, it's helping people build a business online in 8 weeks or less, and so they can start building an income, and they can get rid of their 9 to 5. So very, I try to be as specific as I can be, and I try to structure things where you don't have to be super tech savvy. You don't even have to do ads to start generating income. If you want to scale, of course you have to do ads later on, but you can get up to 8, 9, 10, 15 clients if you want, depending how busy you want to be, before you even have to scale. So first off, again, get an idea of what your core outcome is, and try to see, in terms of a person's life, like, what are you increasing and what are you decreasing. So I'm gonna, if I'm gonna increase their income and sales and revenue and lead generation, what's that gonna decrease? The amount of stress. So the amount of frustration, amount of confusion, amount of uncertainty. Once you're able to reduce that, people can focus on the business more, because they're not so stressed out about cash flow and about business coming in. And with this 9 step program, you can do it in a predictable way. So if you initiate it and start putting out content the way that I say, you will have a consistent amount of leads every week, and then it's just a matter of getting on the sales calls and closing them, and then getting new clients. So of course, you have to have a good offer that does what you say, right? So again, establish the core outcome. What is the result that you're providing? Building out the customer profile. What does that mean? So what are people searching for, especially in my niche? What are they wanting? Like, how do I make money online? How do I build a business online? What tools do I use? What are all the strategies? And if you're able to build out a message or build out content that answers those questions, then people are going to be more attracted to you, especially in a platform like Facebook, which is really interest based, right? Because we're not initially looking at make money online strategies. When we're going to Facebook, we're trying to just scroll through and see what's going on with our friends and family, and if there's something that may interest us. So then, but if a piece of content comes up that answers our question, we'll be enticed to want to know more, right? So, but you got to be on the other end of that to be able to capture their attention, right? Which is always fleeting in this online world. So in terms of the customer profile, do the background. So answer the public, YouTube, Google, Scooby, Amazon reviews, Quora. There's so many different ways that you can find out what your customer avatar is wanting. And if you're able to answer those questions, then you're going to be that's how you're going to differentiate yourself, and people are going to be wanting to talk to you, right? And so then once you've established your profile and the outcome, now you're ready to discuss what's your main messaging. So as I was talking about before, I have a 9-step coaching blueprint, which is helps coaches, business owners, consultants, entrepreneurs build a business online from scratch in 8 weeks with 9 comprehensive steps, so they can generate predictable 10K plus months without technological overwhelm and wasting money on ads. So that's my main message in general. So everything I'm talking about is got to feed back into that main message, right? So the structure that you want to use is like, I help X achieve Y without B so they can C. So you got to fill in those letters, whatever is appropriate for you in your business. So once you've established the message, now let's try to build out your offer, make you stand out. So how do you do that? So what's your level? What's the level of support you're going to give? Is it one-on-one? Is it going to be group? Are you going to provide a course along with it? Is it going to be done for you type of service? Is it going to be done with you? Or is it going to be do it yourself, just a course, right? So you got to establish those things, and then what are you going to be stacking on top of it? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to give audio? Are you going to give PDF documents? Are you going to give other things that help I guess bridge that gap in each piece? So like, here's a if you're looking to build out your Facebook group to monetize it, here's a structure, here's a set template with a video guideline. You know what I mean? Here's a hashtag strategy you can use to start building out your Instagram and TikTok. Here is 250 content ideas. Here's how I structure my content. You know what I mean? All those types of little cheat sheets and checklists and accountability, support, availability, right? In terms of the person that's doing coaching, you got to be available for the person too, right? Now, is that 24/7? Is that, through Messenger only? Maybe Voxer, maybe, a forum. Um, there's so many different options, right? So that's how you kind of stack your offer, and then obviously it's got to be all encompassing too, right? So mine is a nine step coaching blueprint, and it's a 8-week coaching mentorship program. So what is your gonna sound like? What is the encompassing word? And there's a structure that you can use. It's from Alex Hermosi, and he calls it the magic formula, right? And he tries to have each piece of the name within this magic formula. Um, and so yeah, so that's how you're gonna build out the offer. Name it properly, where you're gonna give a timeline. You're gonna have a kind of an all enclosure type of word, and you're gonna give the result in the title as well, right? So then the next piece is now the probably the most important part, because this is what's going to create your presence online, is building out proper content. So when you've structured now your message, and you know who your avatar is, and you know the result that you're trying to provide, okay, now you got to answer those questions with particular content, right? And the piece of content has got to be structured in a way that it's all encompassing in what your offer is, and what your core system is. How do you differentiate yourself? So I have a 9-step coaching blueprint. Every piece of content is within my 9-step coaching blueprint. It's not outside of it. You can look at anything. Earlier today I just talked about the advantages of a funnel and what it brings in. So that's part of phase three, right? So, you know, another way of also, another challenge that most people have is like, okay, what are my challenges in putting out ideas for content? Well, there's a principle we use in copywriting. We call it the 5 P's of copywriting. So it's called problem, process, ping, proof, and promotion. Now you cross-reference that with your structured signature solution. So for me, my 9 steps, and now I cross-reference it with my 5 P's of copywriting. What am I going to get? I'm going to get 45 pieces of content right there. And also with each one of my 9 steps, I can branch those off into another three. So that's 27. 27 times 5 is 135. Like I got, almost half a year's piece of content without even trying. Like this is obviously a lot of grunt work in the beginning, but if you structure this in a way, you're not going to have a problem with what do I put out. Every day will be something different, but it's all encompassing with your core message and your core offer, right? Now, the next piece is, your Facebook group. Now, people don't understand how powerful a Facebook group is. It's like it's a container for your potential clients. So, what do you want to do? You want to be nurturing them. You want to be able to offer them a value, more value than anybody that's outside of the group, right? So, you want to be giving them free resources and content that dives in deeper. I'm gonna be, this live that I'm doing right now. I'm gonna put it into my Facebook group, so they get some information as well, right? So within the Facebook group, also you want to structure it in certain ways. Like whenever you invite somebody or they want to come in, you ask them specific questions, get their email, and then that go triggers into you can use an app. It's called Group Convert, and really good app. And basically, what happens is it'll take their information and input it into a Google Sheet, and then that'll trigger an introductory message to that user. So like a potential client. So you got to realize that most leads aren't going to be hot leads that are going to buy right away. A lot of them are warm leads, and they just want to be, okay, is this person trustworthy? Is this person actually going to help me? And does this person give a shit? Like, does this person care? So if you got to cross those three points first before a customer is going to buy from you, right? So you got to realize that. Sorry, look. And yeah, so also just structure it with a lot of resources, a lot of content, and continue to nurture people, follow up, bring people in, have engaging, do mini contests and door prizes, stuff like that, right? You want to strike engagement within your Facebook group and bit of a community, and everybody knows who you are. But the whole present starts having a good presence with content, and you're constantly answering people's questions, constantly providing value, right? And then obviously the next part where you can nurture leads is through Facebook. Through your email. So you start building out an email list. So you'll start putting out content, or you'll start giving away pieces of free information within the content that answers your audience's questions or gives them a quick win. Okay, so they're going to want that piece. It could be anything. It could be an ebook, it could be a checklist, it could be a template, it could be top 10 of this. But if it's a really engaging, valuable piece of content, not only is the person have no problem giving you their email, they're going to want to see what else this person is going to give me for free, right? And then eventually say, hey, you know what? If this person's giving me this kind of stuff for free, if I pay them, they're just going to go above and beyond that. And so that's what you got to think about when you're a coach or a consultant. It's like, how much are you willing to serve? People focus on the money and the sales aspect of it. You really got to focus on client and what they want and how you're going to serve them, and then then the money and the sales and everything will come. Okay, and also within my 9 steps, I use an scraping strategy to build out your email list. So you can go into certain programs and build out lists. Like, there's directories of information of people in certain sectors and industries, and they have their emails out to the public. You just got to be able to find them. So with this particular strategy, you can build out your email from 500 to 1,000 people a week. And imagine you being able to give them emails, like on a daily basis or every other day, providing value, and then leading towards your offer, right? It's a lot of money you're leaving out on the table if you're not nurturing your leads in terms of email. Then also, using the sales funnel, and uh, when you're capturing the leads, now it's you provide them with that piece of content, give you their email, but then it should trigger some sort of a sales letter, like either a written long script or it's a video letter, that, or a video sales letter that goes into who they are, what they do, and what kind of results they can provide, and then you click a link and book a call with them. If not, worst comes to worst, you get them into your Facebook group. You already have their email list. If it's a really enticing piece of content, even ask for the phone number, and guess what, you can call that person, and a week down the road, and say, hey, you got my free X sheet. How would you like to do a free consultation call, see if I can help you in your business? Right? That's how you get leads, that's how you get sales. Okay. And then the production plan, so that's part of your content, your Facebook group. So you want to be utilizing Facebook, probably Instagram. TikTok is really good in terms of the algorithm and building out your following. When you do lives like this, post it on to YouTube, post it on to your email list, right? Provide people with that value so they know that you're legit. And then the final piece is probably just having those conversations, right? They talk about like the three C's of online business. It's copy, it's content, and conversations. And that's what leads to leads and sales, right? So you want to have conversations within when you're putting out content, like a cheat sheet or a video, or you're just asking a question, a poll, anything to get people engaging. Then start to have a conversation to see where people are at, and that's all you're trying to do, is just establish a relationship. Eventually you follow up with them, and see where they're at, and see, and they can start, what their first thing that they're going to do is start looking at your content, start looking at your profile. So make sure those are all optimized. There's a specific way of doing that. Um, so yeah, that's really all the pieces that you need, the 9 steps and as far as big on business. When you get into scaling and ads and webinars and all that stuff, that's for the higher level. I'm talking about the people that are trying to get consistent 10K months, 15K months, and then wanting to eventually kind of pull back from the business and just overlook it, and doing group coaching and having days, doing a lot of admin stuff. Right at the beginning, you're going to have to be doing a lot of the brunt work. So anyways, I just wanted to give you an overview of what I do. I hope that gave you some value, and if it did, drop a comment. And if it's something that you want to talk about with me, and what I can do for you, at the very least I can see where there's gaps in your business. Maybe just do a bit of an audit and give you some suggestions. So yeah, reach out to me. I'd love to help. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. Cheers.